Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm sorry I've been gone. I've just been fooling the internet. Anyway, I was just going on about my day, doing nothing as usual, when I started thinking of some video ideas. And the genius and totally original idea popped up in my head. How far can every monkey get in BTD6? I know, such an original idea. So, I will now be starting a new series, hopefully, where I try to get as far as possible on easy mode using only said monkey. No powers or other towers throughout the entire run, and we'll just see how far we can get. And of course, the first episode has got to be our beloved dartmonkey. So, let's jump right into it. Alright, so I was debating whether to do this on the easiest map in the game, Logs. But realized, though the map is long, it's not a very good map for the tower, in this case dartmonkey, since the terrain can be bad for the juggernaut bounces. So, I started looking at the best map for the juggernaut bounces, which is the intermediate map, Sulphur Springs. But I quickly realized I probably wouldn't get far enough to afford a Paragon, since I suffer from a slight skill issue. So, I opted for the absolute easiest option to get semi-far in, the brand new map, 3 Mines Round. I chose this since it has farming built into the map, so getting the Paragon should be very easy. Anyways, this is how the attempt went. I started with 3 dartmonkeys like this for the early game, making me enough money to afford the first gold rock to begin farming. On round 13, the first gold rock is mined, and I can begin mining the second rock. I also buy some upgrades on one of the dartmonkeys to avoid leaking lives. On round 18, I start getting top path upgrades for leads. In the future, eventually getting it into a tier 4 on the top path. On round 23, the second mine pops, and I start saving up for the third mine. I afford the third mine for $10,000 on round 35. I now also start getting more defensive upgrades for the round 40 Moab. These upgrades being a sharpshooter and a triple dart, having both of them up on round 38. After round 38, the waiting game begins, with me only getting the mines to keep up the farming for the upcoming 30 or so rounds. So I will see you when we are there. On round 61, I debate whether getting a crossbowmaster or an ultra juggernaut is better, but I end up settling for an ultra juggernaut to handle the annoying Cerams on round 63 and 78 easier. On round 65, the second to last mine pops, and the saving for the 100k mine begins. I afforded last mine on round 74, meaning it will pop 20 rounds later on round 94. The only thing to do now is get defense to survive until then. I totally forget that I can get 2 crossbow masters, by the way, so I only get 1 and end up going for a Plasma Monkey fan club much earlier instead. On round 94, the last mine pops, giving me 160k. This gives me enough to get a final setup to give me enough extra money, and especially pops to get a high degree paragon. I also realized soon that I can get 2 crossbow masters, so of course I do that too. On round 104, I face my first death of the run, and also run into a problem. Continuing resets cooldowns. This might not sound bad, but this means the Plasma Monkey fan club ability instantly becomes very OP, since I don't have to rely much on the cooldown. So leave a comment if you think I should be allowed to abuse this or not. And for this run I tried to not abuse it, but if I died, and it was not on purpose, and I knew I could get further, of course I just continued. The next couple of rounds until the Paragon is now all about the Plasma Monkey fan club ability and how well I can use it. On round 109, I finally get the Paragon, since I don't see how I can get much further without losing Paragon value. The Paragon ends up being a nice degree 60 and is going to carry us for the rest of the run. Some might wonder why I don't buy more dart monkeys, and that's because of the monkey knowledge Paragon of Power, which makes the Paragon attack faster if there are no tier 5s of the same tower. And getting tier 4 just seems like just a waste for now. Round 140 is the first struggle round of the run, with the Paragon popping the F-bad very late and the insides leaking during the first attempt. But I've played a lot of BTD6, so I know that the game is of course partially RNG. So I continue and just try the exact same thing again like a madman. And of course it somehow works. On round 143 I make a discovery, if you can call it that will carry me through a fair few more rounds. Setting the Paragon to first isn't very good. Sometimes. Let me explain. So, the Paragon, when it hits map borders, has the projectiles explode into many small versions of itself, dealing massive damage. When having the Paragon on first against smaller balloons, these small projectiles go all over the place and just spreads the damage, which in this case is kinda bad, since we want the damage to be concentrated and high, especially on the bads. So putting the targeting to last will make the Paragon shoot only the balloons at the start, meaning projectiles will hit the same spot and concentrate the damage with a bunch of peers. This made it so I could easily clean up all the smaller balloons and Moabs, and when it's all cleaned, focus on the bads without getting the DPS interrupted by small balloons. I don't know exactly how effective this was, but it helped me pass many rounds. On round 153, I almost give up, but decide to try one more thing, using the other tier 5s. So I build with the money I got a as powerful as possible dartmonkey army, and somehow it beats the round. Unfortunately, one run later, on round 152, even the biggest monkey army dies, giving the dartmonkey a result of 152 rounds. It has been very fun making this video, but it also took a very long time, so if you would subscribe and like or leave a comment of what you thought would be appreciated. The dartmonkey scores puts it at first place in the ranking, since it's the only one. That's been it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and have an awesome day.